Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Honourable Minister for Defence and National Security. And the question is, can the Minister advise this House how are our returning peacekeepers professionally assessed for psychological trauma? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister for Defence and National Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also like to thank the Honourable Leader of the Opposition for her question this morning. The Republic of Fiji military forces teach soldiers during basic recruit and during pre-deployment to recognize the signs and symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorders. The experts address the PTSD either in the mission area, via the missions specialists, or in Fiji, via our own counselors and specialists. In the mission area, the Methodist Party that deploys with all our contingents, like most priests, also engage in counseling. The Republic of Fiji military forces, Madam Speaker, has a number of soldiers within its ranks that are qualified psychologists after having graduated from the various tertiary institutions in Fiji, including the Pacific Theological College in NSSA. Over the years, Madam Speaker, when required, the RFMF has also engaged psychological specialists from the private sector and also the Ministry of Health. Madam Speaker, the RFMF assesses and addresses post-traumatic stress disorder and other psychological trauma experienced in the line of duty through the counseling section in headquarters of the RFMF. The affected service personnel are referred to the section either through their immediate supervisor or they can refer themselves to the counsellor. In some areas, after a traumatic event, it is mandatory that the affected personnel report to the section for mandatory counselling. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question.
Madam Speaker, to the Honourable Minister. I noticed he mentioned the RFMF. I know that the Fiji Police Force are also doing peacekeeping. My question to the Honourable Minister is, what consideration do they have for the families of these soldiers who go out on peacekeeping and they come back with some issues on violence? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm informed that counselling is done to both the soldiers with their spouses and families.
Thank you, Honourable Villanueva.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just wonder if these units in the security forces can be a permanent one, because our boys, our troops, are exposed to some horrific experiences that could be lifelong in their effects on them. I remember that case in Ghana in 1997, 1998, where I saw a picture, a photograph of a Fijian trooper carrying the body of a headless child. I mean, there's nowhere in Fiji we would expect our people to do that. And that kind of service, Madam Speaker, would have to be continuous. I just wonder if we should set up a permanent unit, given what our people face all over the world now. I mean, there was a case of a returning soldier in a plane who urinated on a Japanese tourist. I mean, those are the types of effects that we need to watch.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, yes, there's permanence in this type of counselling, even after the soldiers leave the military. There's a permanent in nature in this kind of counselling.
Thank you.